Welcome to Soul Tribe Search Party, your go-to space for real talk, deep reflections, and unfiltered life moments. I'm your host, Breezy, and here we keep it raw, soulful, and authentic. Hit that subscribe button, and let's dive in. Hey, Soul Tribe. Welcome back to another episode of Soul Tribe Search Party. Today, we're diving into a book that speaks directly to the heart of transformation. The Mountain is You. This book is by Brianna Wiest. If you've ever felt like you're standing in your own way, this book will shake you awake and help you break free from self-sabotage. In this episode, we'll uncover what it really means to climb the mountain within, why we sabotage ourselves, and how to shift into self-mastery. Plus, I'll be reflecting on some of the most powerful quotes from the book that I know will hit home for you. So first off, have you ever caught yourself knowing what you need to do but resisting it anyway? If you have something to reflect on, I definitely encourage you to leave a comment, or you can message me personally. I love hearing people's stories on their journeys. So let's get into the first concept, the concept of the mountain, what it really represents. Your mountain is the block between you and the life you want to live. Think about that. Your struggles, fears, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs, those aren't obstacles in your way. They are the way. The only path forward is through. This hit hard for me because so often we think of our challenges as outside forces stopping us. But what if the biggest obstacle was actually inside us? What's the mountain in your life right now? What patterns, fears, or excuses keep showing up? I also wanted to hit another side note on this quote as well, because this is where Soil the Soul comes from. When I created it back in 2022, from that first moment, I knew it's a company that represents from the ground up, right? From within. One of my favorite movies was Colombiana, because her name was Catalea, and the translation of that was a rose that grows from the darkness. I totally paraphrase that, but basically, right? And I used to be obsessed with that because I feel like a lot of us have a little darkness inside. I don't know, some of us deem as bad, but really, when you're someone that learns how to grow from inside yourself, from that enemy that you're running from all the time, the transformation is just so amazing. So why we self-sabotage and how to overcome it. Self-sabotage is not a way we hurt ourselves. It's a way we try to protect ourselves. This completely changed the way I view self-sabotage. It's not just being lazy or avoiding things. It's actually a defense mechanism. Your brain is trying to keep you safe by avoiding discomfort or failure. Pause. I have to drink beet juice. So disgusting. So anyway, common forms of self-sabotage: procrastination, that's waiting for the perfect time that never comes. And also people that talk about they just got to save some more money before they can do something. That's procrastination, okay? Perfectionism, using impossible standards as an excuse to not start. You know, if you're telling yourself, I don't have the money for this right now because you're trying to buy something that's $4,000 up front, you know, there's a way that you can make things happen for yourself. You don't have to have everything together to start, basically. Fear of success, holding yourself back because you're afraid of outgrowing people or stepping into the unknown. It's a major, major thing, because when you do begin your journey in life and figuring out what that means for you, you do start to fluctuate with the groups of people around you, your family members. Like, nobody's safe. Everybody flows. You learn how to just let it be and not focus so much on relationships that you quote unquote lose, because you will learn that nothing is a loss. Everything happens for you. It's happening for a reason, right? When you're on the right path, and the people that are meant to be around you will be. Just like when a lot of people, like me, this applies, when we quit jobs or something and we're just like, how are we supposed to make it now? But everybody knows the universe works in mysterious ways, and when you are on your path of alignment, things definitely do happen for you that are just like inexplainable, but you definitely have to tap into that energy and you want to keep it. So you just continue to learn how to do the work so that you can keep that. The only way to overcome self sabotage is to learn how to work with yourself, not against yourself. So instead of fighting your resistance, what if you got curious about it? What if you asked, what am I afraid of here? Honestly, you can ask yourself that question in different ways. You know, maybe you're not necessarily afraid of something, but you're mad about something, you're infuriated. Like I find myself sometimes, and this is a vulnerable moment, when I'm home, you know, with my kid and my dog, I get frustrated. I get overstimulated. And sometimes I'll find myself saying things like, oh, I'm getting so annoyed. But then in the same token, I'll say out loud as well, like, no, I'm not annoyed. I'm just bothered by this. Or, you know, it may be you needing to be honest with yourself and being like, yeah, I do need that break. I do need space for self, because you have to have that. You know, you can't just be you just can't be something for someone all the time, 24/7. Yes, being a parent is being a parent, but you still do need breaks, or you know, at least if you can have an hour to 2 hours a day to yourself, that is great. You know, you just have to make sure that you have that balance. And then it's just like when it comes to certain things, you jump starting a business or something, it's just like the little things that, you know, when you're starting, you have like that little fire with yourself and you're like, yeah, this is the right thing. You get super excited. All of a sudden, you got all the money to buy the supplies for it. And then, you know, you start sharing that with people and maybe you start to feel a little empowered. No, not empowered, the opposite, right? Because you start to feel less than, like you're not deserving of it, and it kind of gets further and further away from you, and then you kind of lose the spark of what you were doing, and then you let yourself get comfortable and get back into that same cycle of stuff. And you got to dive into that. You have to dive into that energy that is all of a sudden trying to flip your narrative, because it's in there. It's in there, and you are more than deserving to do whatever it is that um, you're telling yourself that you want to do. So think about one way you've been self sabotaging and ask yourself, what is this pattern trying to protect me from? Okay. Emotional intelligence, mastering your mindset. The strongest sign of emotional intelligence is being able to sit with discomfort. So when I read this, I realized how much I used to avoid discomfort, scrolling on my phone, which is escapism, distracting myself with busy work, you know, constantly being on the go, just doing a bunch of stuff that, you know, I'm not allowing myself to rest. Anything not to feel my emotions, but growth happens in the discomfort. And that is what I've been reflecting a lot on, is when I have my time of I'm just sitting in the house, I'm like, oh shit, I'm sitting, like something is wrong. I can't be just sitting. I have to be doing something. And then it'll come up like, no, it's okay. It's literally okay that you're sitting here and not doing anything. So just embrace it. It also could be like, maybe I didn't do enough for myself that day. And so I'm like, okay, I need to get on the ball with being accountable for myself today, because today I've been just serving other people and not myself. But yeah, it's all uncomfortable things, and it's very interesting to work through because it's hard. How to build emotional resilience. Feel the feelings. So instead of numbing them, actually feel them. If you have a partner or, you know, kid, whatever, like if you have an emotion, something that is bothering you, it is okay to open up and literally speak that and say, like, I'm I hate to admit it sometimes, but I'll know I'm being moody, or like when people just try to hurry up and say you're bipolar or something, like I can acknowledge that sometimes I can be moody and it'll come out of nowhere. And, if I feel like when I reflect on it and I'm like, okay, I kind of feel like what I said was me projecting something, and I think I need to dive into that a little bit. And I'll apologize to the person and just be like, hey, yeah, I think I just felt a little whatever emotion I had, like if I'm nervous about something or worried about something, and I'll be like, yeah, I think I was just worried about this and that's what's causing me to act in such a way. Like those kind of conversations are uncomfortable, but it feels a lot better to recognize when you're having like false problems or arguments with people, when it's just projection, or maybe people don't know that it's projection because they don't really work on themselves, but that's literally what it usually is. You're worried about something else, or you're not speaking up as it pertains to the situation, and maybe you have something to say to that person and you're not being honest about what it is you need to say, and you need to fucking say it. So feel the feelings, say the things, and stop being an ego and scared to have those conversations with people, because you'll lose your best relationships just trying to avoid that. And you'll learn that if those people really mean something to you, it's okay to get uncomfortable and be vulnerable. Nobody is I know that especially with men, they hate getting into their feelings and actually feeling stuff because they're afraid of rejection. And you'll learn like rejection actually isn't all that bad. It literally isn't all that bad. Yes, you initially, when you go through stuff like your first heartbreak and stuff like that, it is hard, but when you experience it and then you come out of that, if you actually do the work of it, when you come out of that, then you're like, well, shit, now I have more standards, higher standards for the people that I even want to be around. Like I don't just allow anybody in my energy anymore because I'm not being a people pleaser or whatever the case may be. Because when you really do the work, you see the power that you even gave that person in the first place. Like a lot of the people really aren't shit that we put all of our energy into. And they're really not shit people when you try to talk to them and they don't actually try to have those kind of conversations with you. Like if there's somebody that they act like they don't know what you're talking about, or they bypass the conversation, they don't come back to it, or, you know, maybe they are just gaslighting you or being a narcissist. Those are the ain't shit people. And those are the people you have to protect your energy from and give them time and space to figure that shit out for themselves, because you don't want to also be that person, because life never works out well in that aspect. Like you're going to keep missing your opportunities because you're allowing yourself to be stuck in said cycles. Recognize your triggers and respond instead of react. Detach from your thoughts. You are not your emotions. So that's another thing too, because just because you're speaking on the emotion that is coming over you, it doesn't mean that that is you. Like, yes, I can say something is making me upset, but then in the same token, I'd be like, I'm not upset. Like, I'm actually in a good mood and I've been chilling this whole time, but all of a sudden I'm feeling this energy. It's okay. Like, I felt this energy, but I bypassed it and I just let it flow through me. And now I can continue to have a good day, and vibe out with the people I'm around or whatever the case may be. And maybe they're also now in a good ass mood too, because they also let the energy bypass. They didn't sit there and harp on it or hold on to that because they didn't take it personally. They had the conversation with you and they're like, I understand. Like you probably feel overstimulated because you've been doing blah 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 blah, and I'm glad that you're able to take accountability and talk to me about it. Like, come on. Everybody is grown. Y'all need to learn how to have some conversations, man. Y'all really do need to learn how to have conversations. Every next level of your life will demand a different version of you. Transformation isn't about fixing yourself, it's about evolving into who you were always meant to be. If you feel like you have lived multiple lives in this one life, you are probably right. Like, I am so thankful for every stage of life that I've been through, everybody that I have connected with, because it has, like, I still carry the pieces that fit with me, especially like my music taste. Just because I am more peaceful nowadays does not mean that I don't fucking listen to trap music and all that crazy shit, because music is music and I don't give full power to things that I can control. I don't let out like external things control my life anymore. And well, sorry, I'm learning. Yeah, you just take bits and pieces with you as you evolve, and then like sometimes you just learn that you've kind of always been there for yourself along the way, because you'll be like, that's crazy that, like, for me, when I'm like, shit, that's crazy I started Soil the Soul in 2022, because I have lived so many lives since then. And this is only 3 years later. But I'm like, I have done so much shit. Like, I have done so much stuff, but along the way, I have constantly always been somehow putting these pieces together, and I'm still doing it right now. And that is the journey with Soil to Soul, is because in real time, you guys are watching me. Well, it's close in real time as possible, because I don't put everything out there, but as my business has been evolving and growing, that is me evolving and growing. We're growing together at the same time. And I'm putting all of my vulnerabilities out there for others to be able to connect with, to look at themselves and be able to go on that journey at the same time, like, because we can be each other's support. Or it's like you can watch somebody else do it and then that can be your comfort, watching videos of somebody else going through it, because I most definitely have figured out how to operate as a single unit, and I allow my tribe of people to flow. I have my circle, I have my tribe, and it's growing. And that is just how life is supposed to be. Jot that down. Taking ownership and creating lasting change. The mountain is not in the way, the mountain is the way. So, this book teaches that instead of waiting for change to happen, we have to be the ones to create it. Nobody's coming to save us. The moment we accept full responsibility, we step into our power. Like, this book is so fucking good, y'all. I literally listened to this book so many times. You just have some of those books that you have to re-listen to because it says a motherfucking word. Okay? And I'm going to read again what I said, that this book teaches that instead of waiting for change to happen, we have to be the ones to create it. Nobody's coming to save us. The moment we accept full responsibility, we step into our power. Okay? That is for the people that victimize themselves. Yes, I understand that your inner child wants attention. Okay? So tap into that. You need that attention, but from yourself. You don't need the validation of others. So every time somebody talks to you, if it's constantly some negative ass shit, bro, get yourself together. Collect yourself, please. Yes, I'm not saying people can't be sympathetic and, when stuff happens to people, you are there for them, right? But it's not something to fucking milk. Like, pick it up. Like, we got to keep going. Yes, take your time to feel those emotions. Go in your room, cry about it, talk about it with somebody. But also, in that same token, pick your shit up and keep walking. You have to keep going in the direction that you are looking to go. You can't sulk there. because you'll be there for eternity. You're feeding into false narratives, if that even makes sense. But I say all that to say, yes, you are loved, you are cared for, but you do have to pick yourself up. It is time. Nobody else is gonna put you in that gym, put you on the machines and work your ass out. It's you. Okay? Nobody is gonna sit here and pour smoothies down your throat to help you clean up your diet. It's you. Nobody is gonna start your business for you, have everything together, be just as invested as you are, love it, cherish it, be on autopilot. No, it's you. You have to get that business together. You have to find that group of people that you can work with, that you can collab with, but you are the foundation. So fix your fucking foundation. Okay? Steps to start climbing your mountain. Identify the real block. What's the belief or habit keeping you stuck? Make micro shifts. Small daily choices build real transformation. Redefine failure. Every setback is feedback. Commit to yourself. Show up even when motivation fades. True transformation begins when you start to see resistance as a sign you're heading in the right direction. What's that one quote that they would say? Come on, postpartum brain. Like a no is not always a no. Sometimes it's a delay or temporary no, but whatever the fuck, we know what it is. Okay, learning that sometimes these quote unquote roadblocks are literally just there for a reflection, right? Because maybe we got temporarily sidetracked with something, or we're on to something, but we're just a little off or something or other. Okay, it's like if you know that your goal is to start a business and stuff is not falling into place for you how it should be, reflect on it. Don't just walk away from the business and everything because you want to throw a tantrum and be like, shit's not working out for me. It's not working out for you, or you're not working out for you, or is the fucking universe showing you that if shit hits the fan, you're already out the door. You don't even have what it takes to put the work in and to do what it is that you need to do for your business and for yourself. What's one small action you can take today to start climbing your mountain, your roadblock, whatever the fuck it is that you said that you want to do that you're not doing, or that you wanted to start and haven't started? And hold on, beet juice break. Yeah, it's for the cause. That is my mountain. And I force myself every day to fucking drink shit I don't like because I feel 10 times better. I just feel like I have more control of my eating and whatever else, to start my day. So that is what I do for myself. It doesn't mean that's what everybody has to do. People can feel good eating fucking McDonald's, and that's on them. It's not me, though. So, the biggest lesson from this book: you are not stuck. Your struggles are not the enemy, they are the path. And once you stop resisting and start climbing, you unlock the life you are meant for. Your mountain is not there to break you. It is there to build you up. So, what's the first step you're taking today toward overcoming self sabotage? You can message me. You can say it to yourself. You can write it down. You can take a picture. I don't give a fuck. Nah, no, just kidding. The most important part is starting, and I'll talk about it with you. I will. Any idea you want to start, anything that you're nervous about? I'm not a fucking like therapist or anything, but I give good ass advice. I love to tell people about themselves. I love to tell you about your potential. I wish that people would tell me about myself too, because I love to keep upgrading myself. I love to be the new version of myself, the baddest bitch version of myself, the mom version of myself, the everything that I can think of. Okay. And you need that for yourself too. But don't message me and you want to be stuck in those cycles though. Like, I'm not going to be sitting here telling you the same shit for 3 months straight. And you talk about, yeah, I'm finna start. So don't message me nothing if you ain't trying to make no action, because you're the only one that can do that. We're not gonna waste people's time. So next time, I don't know, maybe the body keeps the score, but it doesn't even fucking matter, because it's not like I just come up here and I present to you the book that I read, and nobody ever really knows what's going on unless you are intertwined in my book club. But stay tuned and remember, the mountain is not in the way, the mountain is you. Okay? Until next time. That's a wrap for today's episode. If this resonated with you, don't forget to follow, share, and connect with me on YouTube, TikTok, and my website can be found in my bio. Let's keep the convo going.